Hello everyone. Today I have a little bit of a computer tutorial for you. So my name is Lisa. I'm with Lisa Capen Quilts. And if this is your first video that you've watched of mine, I'm so glad you're here. I would love it if you subscribe and give me a thumbs up and follow along in this journey. I make all types of t-shirt quilt content. I make patchwork quilts, I make art quilts, small little quilty projects, and lots of different multimedia type of art projects as well. So you can check out my videos and follow along. So recently I made a family tree quilt. Let me show you what that looks like. This is a newer video on my channel and I walked you through the steps on how to make this family tree wall hanging with photos printed on fabric. Isn't that so cute? So from that video, I made a couple of newer printing on fabric videos where really I'm just testing out my new color laser printer and going through the process of trying to make sure that my colors, my inks or my toners don't wash out in the wash. And many of you have asked, how do I put several photos onto one page? I think many of you are using like word processing software and trying to add photos in that manner. And I wish I could help you more with those types of softwares, but today I'm going to show you what I use. It is a free vectorizing software called Inkscape. I'm going to show you here in just a minute where you can find it and download it. And it does all kinds of stuff. We're not even going to scratch the surface of what Inkscape can do for you in your crafting world. Okay, and if you want to learn more about Inkscape, there are thousands of videos on YouTube that can probably show you the process of learning Inkscape a little bit better. Today we're just going to focus on adding 6 photos to one page so that we can fill up that fabric sheet with your photos. So I'm hoping you can follow along. I'm a little bit clumsy using the software that operates sharing my screen with you, but I think we'll manage. And if you have any questions, jump down to the comment section and we will try to help you the best that we can. So first, let's go ahead and show you where you can find Inkscape if you don't already have it. I'm going to switch the screen. It may look a little funny for a second as we bring you over to the desktop. So we're going to go ahead and open up the internet and we're going to Google Inkscape. Now, because I've already searched it, it comes right up. We're going to click on that and we're going to go to Inkscape.org. And this is the page that you can download Inkscape from. It is, again, a free software. Now, I will say there's quite a bit of a learning curve with this. But if you just want to print some photos on fabric, we'll show you how today. So right here is the download button. You would download it and follow all the prompts to install it onto your computer. Once you've done that, you're ready to get started and we can go ahead and open up Inkscape. I'll just take a second as we bring that up. And when you open Inkscape, minus these little boxes here, there you go. This is what your screen is going to look like when you open up Inkscape. Now you notice this little box right here in the middle of your screen. That is your page. And everything else is your canvas. So the very first thing I like to do is to change my page dimensions. Upon default, your page is going to be like a letter size or legal size. Okay, so anytime you get ready to manipulate your photos, when you open Inkscape, the very first thing I like to do is to go up to the top right here, click on File. A box opens up and we're going to go down to Document Properties. And a new box opens up. Let's move that over so you can see better. And this is where you can change your page size. Now, if you're just designing and doing other kinds of stuff, you can totally hide this box, just like that, by clicking right here on Display. but we're going to use this page to set up our document with our photos. So, okay, I might have been wrong on the default page setup. A4 is the default. We're going to change that to US letter size, 8.5 by 11. And you can see the size of our box changed slightly. That's going to make a difference because we want to make sure we're situating our photos within our page and nothing gets cut off during the printing process. So once you've changed to US letter, we're going to go ahead and close out the document property box, and we're ready to start adding our photos in. So wherever you have saved your photos on your computer is where you're going to be extracting those files from. We're going to go back up to this top menu and we're going to click on File, and right here it says Import. We're going to click on that and you're going to go to wherever your files, your pictures are saved. Today we're going to be working with Harlan's photos. So I have this photo. We're going to click on that and hit Open. And then a new box will open up, and I do not change any of these settings. I just hit OK. Now it's going to take just a second, and there is our photo. Now you can see that this is huge. Your photo might look different depending on the size that it was saved as, okay? Now, around our photo, you're going to see these little arrows, just like that. If you hold down the Control button and you grab this corner arrow, you can resize your photo, and it keeps all of the original properties, and it doesn't mess up or change the look of your photo. You can make it smaller. One of the things that I will say about printing photos is that when you make a photo smaller, it tends to look really good. But if you have a small photo and you are blowing it up bigger, it tends to get a little pixelated. So keep that in mind. That might affect the quality of your photo. So we've made this photo a little bit smaller, and now if we just click on it, you can see we can move that all around and we can bring that right to our page, just like this. Again, I'm going to hold down the Control button and click this corner arrow and resize that just a little bit. So there's our first photo. I'm going to go ahead and grab another one. We're going to go to File and Import. I'll grab the next photo, hit OK, and there's that photo. Again, holding down the Control button and dragging that corner arrow down, I can make the picture smaller, just like that. Let's click these off so they don't click together. There we go. Now, let's go grab another photo. And you just continue doing this for however many pictures that you want to add to your page. File, Import. Here's another photo. We'll hit OK. Holding down the Control button, dragging the corner arrow, making that smaller. We'll do some adjustments here in just a minute. I want to just grab these photos and bring them all in because I'm going to also show you how you can crop them. So that'll be something else that's pretty useful. We'll put him right there, and let's see, that's 5. Let's bring in this last picture. Okay, so there are all of my photos. Let's go ahead and make that one smaller too. So there we go. Now I'm going to go ahead and bring you in closer so that you can see this page a little bit better. There we go. Now here are our 6 photos. Let's go ahead and make this one, actually let's make this one a little bit smaller like that. and we can fit them all onto our page. Now, something that I wanted to show you. Let's say that you have a lot of negative space in your photo and you want to crop your photo. I'll show you what to do. Let's make this one a little bit bigger so that I can show you. Now, of course, I think the more that you play with this software, the better you'll get, and the more familiar you'll get with all of the settings. So just open it up and feel free to import some pictures and play around. So this photo of Harlan right here with him standing outside has a lot of negative space around him. And let's just say that we want to crop that in and just show him and the helicopter behind him. One way that you can do that is by going to this side menu right here, and we're going to click on Create Rectangles and Squares. Your little cursor changes into a little box, and we're going to create a shape. Now, of course, you can make this any shape that you want. If you wanted to get really specific and make all your photos exactly the same, you could come up to this top menu, and I like to work in inches. Change that to inches, and then you can change the width and the height of this box, and so you can crop all of your photos exactly the same. Let's make this 3 by 4. So there we go. We have a box that's 3 inches by 4 inches. I'm going to drag that box right over my photo, just like this. And now we can see how we would crop this photo. Just like that. Now with that box selected, I'm going to hold down the Shift key, and I'm going to also select the photo. So now you can see there's a box around our little box that we just created and the photo. They're both selected. I am going to right click on my mouse and a menu pops up. And if you come down to Set Clip, just like that, we have cropped the photo. Now before you do anything else, we're going to hit Control D and make a duplicate copy of that photo and drag the duplicate right over here. We can come back to the original photo and we can right click again and release that clip. So here's our little box for cropping. Whoops, there's our box, and there's our original photo, and now we can just go ahead and delete that and move that out of the way. So let's go ahead and recrop all of these photos so that they're all the same. And move that box right over. If the box goes behind your photo and you can't see it, press on the Page Up button. That'll bring it above your photos. Sometimes I'm like, where did the box go? It's behind your photo. So I've moved it where I want to crop my picture. I'm going to press the Shift key and my photo. On my mouse, I'm going to hit the right button, Set Clip, and then Control D to duplicate that picture. I'm going to move the duplicate copy right over here. Go back to the original, right click, and release that clip. I can select the original photo and move that off of my workspace. Again, we're going to crop this photo. Thank you so much, Harlan, for being in my video today. I'm going to select both of them, right click, and Set Clip. Duplicate that photo and move it right over here. Release the clip and remove the original photo. Move that to the top of the screen. Wow, we're going to be really cropping into his face. Let's make that a little bit smaller. There we go. That's probably not the best crop for this picture, but we're just doing this for video purposes. We'll move that over here, release the clip, and remove the original photo. This is Harlan at work. I imagine he's a lot of fun to work with. He tries to make everything fun. Oops. Click on the box, Lisa, and then also the photo. Right click, set. Of course, that's going to mess up. Page down. Click on this box. Click on the photo. Of course, that's going to mess up. Oh, that's because I already did that. Y'all know me, I make a goof up in all of my videos. All right. This last photo. Move that over top. Let's make this a little bit bigger. Move the box where we want to crop our photo. Select both of them. Set clip. Duplicate that. Click back on our original photo. Release clip. And there we go. Now we can go ahead and even remove that box and we can arrange our photos onto our page. I'm not sure that they're all going to fit the way that I cropped them, probably not. There we go. Just for video purposes, we're going to make this smaller like that. And we're going to make this smaller like that. Just get them on the page. You can select multiples and move them around at the same time to get everything situated. And again, we're not even touching the surface of what all this program can do. There's all of these buttons over here. There's all of these buttons over here. There's all of these options up here. But this video hopefully showed you how you can fit multiple pictures onto one page. Now you're probably wondering, what do you do from here? Can you print from here? I believe that you could send this right to your printer. However, I like to make sure that I save a copy of this on my computer because you never know if the print sheet's going to go through clearly. You don't know if it's going to jam. And so I just want to go ahead and save this so that I can print this out several times if I need to. So we're going to go back up to this top menu, right to File. We're going to Save As. I'm going to save it on my desktop so that I know exactly where it is and I can find it really quick. I'm going to save this as Harlan's Photo Experiments. And now, under Save As File Type, right here, I like to click on this. Now you're going to see lots and lots of options. The one that I like to save as is a PDF. It keeps all of the photo properties. It doesn't diminish the quality of the photos, and I'm going to show you that here in just a second. So I select PDF and then hit Save. A new box will come up. I do not change any of the settings in this box. All I do is simply hit OK. And now we can close Inkscape. It has saved, okay. It has saved our PDF. We're still in Inkscape. Now it's time to close this. And if you just hit the red arrow up here at the top, it's going to ask you if you want to save your working file. If you're still not done with your working file, you might want to save that, but we're all done. So I'm just going to close without saving. Now we're back on the desktop, and let me find the file that we just saved. Right here, Harlan's Photo Experiment is saved as a PDF. I'm just going to open that PDF up. And here we are. There are my photos. And we're ready to go ahead and print. So you would go to File and Print. And this, of course, is where you can select your printer. You can select your printer options like the paper type or the quality of the print. This always takes my computer a second. So there we go. We can change our printer type or the printer that we're using. And then we can also go into properties and change our print settings like the paper type and the graphics. I would change to photo, hit OK, and now you're ready to go ahead and send this to the printer. Except I'm not going to do that. There we go. And we have it saved to our desktop, so if we need to print this out several times, we can do that. Let me bring you back. There we go. So I hope that wasn't too confusing. And again, Inkscape, I think if you're totally new to it, it can be overwhelming. But if you focus on just what I showed you today as a software to implement your photos for printing on fabric, and you just do those steps, you can manipulate all of your photos in any fashion that you want using Inkscape, and you can certainly fill up your page. So take some notes and come back to this video if you need to. Again, there's so many videos on Inkscape, on YouTube, by other creators who are really good at making content, computer type tutorials. But I wanted to answer specific questions on what I showed you today, and I hope that this was helpful. If it was, I'd love to hear from you. And yes, I would love to know if you download this program and you use it to print out your photos, what do you think? Comment down below. So, all right, I hope that that was helpful, and I really would like to do more types of tutorials like this, answering people's questions. And I think the more that I do this, the better I'll get too. So thank you for spending time with me today, and say hello. We'll see you all really soon. Bye.